Yeah. Welcome to the podcast, where you better tune in. You can see the picture, all you gotta do is zoom in. You in your man cave, it's no time for your girlfriend. They talk about the Sixers and how the Sixers gonna win. If they take your loss, they gonna hear BG going in. Jenny from the block, that's a lot. They was up 10, now they down 5. You can see it in his eyes, he a fan for life, and he sitting courtside. Sports guy, if you know me, I'ma say fly. I cross you over like when they had AI. I still the ball, I ain't ask you, may I? Not at my house, they can back. I ain't gotta try. Maxi for the 3, he try and win. They don't want the time. B try and win. I don't wanna see that boy try and live by the gun. I'ma shoot. I don't wanna die. They eat, sleep Sixers. You should know that it's game time.
Avonto, this shit wavy.
Welcome back to Eat, Sleep Sixers.
I can't hear you. Hold
on. Okay, I am one of your hosts, 215, the sports guy. I got my brother Jay Frager up here himself. He can't hear me, but I can hear him. What's up, John? What's going on with you? We got a lineup tonight of Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Joel Embiid, Kelly Oubre.
Let me see.
How y'all feeling about that lineup in the chat?
I can
you got me, Jay?
Yep,
I
can hear you now.
Let me tell you the starting lineup again if you haven't. Welcome to the show.
What's going on?
How you feeling today, brother?
I'm feeling good.
I mean, of course, we're gonna chop it up a little bit about that Lakers loss that we took. And our feelings on that. But first and foremost, I haven't spoken to you since the trade deadline. Please tell me your thoughts about the trade deadline and the moves or lack thereof.
I don't know. I got mixed feelings. I think it made sense because of the fact that McCain hasn't really done anything this year. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We can't expect to get much from him because he hasn't played well. He's been in the G League in and out, and he just hasn't, done what he was supposed to do. But I feel like if you're not going to get much from him, just leave him. Stay put. You know what I'm saying? Stand pat. You know what I mean? What's the difference if, at least now, if he would have stood pat, if somebody gets hurt, you know what I'm saying, we could put him in there and see what happens type of thing. But now we lost a lot of depth now because we can't use the pick. You know what I'm saying? What's the pick going to do for us right now? And if Maxey, VJ, somebody goes out, then what? We got to pay Kyle Lowry. We got to play him now. That's why I'm saying we should have just stood pat because we can't get nothing from him. However, like I said, I don't feel his stock would have went up, down. He wasn't doing nothing. Definitely. I mean, it wasn't like we lost a lot.
Most definitely. And, from a business aspect, I'll speak again on this topic. I don't feel like you made a bad deal. You got a first-round pick for a first-round pick plus 3 second-round picks for a guy who was only going to play tops maybe 12 minutes per game. And, how efficient was he going to be during that time? 6 points a game, that's what he was averaging. Yeah, he was looking like he was getting better and things like that. But at the end of the day, you got VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey, both thriving together. And, Tyrese is lead. Go ahead.
Who's going to back them up, though? When somebody sits on the bench, like I said, that's the only thing I'm saying. I know he's not going to really do much for us, McCain, especially in the playoffs. He's not going to be out of rotation. But I'm talking about in the regular season, when somebody gets hurt or somebody's not there, we need that backup. We need
most definitely. I agree with you absolutely on the point of I didn't see no reason of making the move unless you were opening the roster spot for a possible upgrade.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Which is still out there. You got guys still out there on the buyout market, a la Lonzo Ball soon. You got that haven't even popped off yet. So I'm still, I'm not going to speak my mind totally on the moves that weren't made because there's moves that still could get made that can boost this bench because that's the weak point that I feel to this team is the bench every time. In coaching, Speaking of that, what did you think about that second half in LA?
I'm not really that mad about the game because I feel like we lost because Austin Reeves was just destroying us, and Paul George would have shut all that down. So that wouldn't happen. So to me, it was just one of the things where we lack depth. Remember, we just traded McCain and Paul George. This is what I'm saying. That's why I don't think we should have let him go unless we get something back. Like this is what I would have did. I would have got the pick or whatever. Forget the second round picks, and I would have got somebody. Isaiah Joe. You know what I'm saying? So Isaiah Joe, somebody from OKC, or you know what I'm saying, just to fill that, you know, that void. Because remember, we lost Eric. I mean, he wasn't playing anyway. Eric Gordon, McCain, and then Paul George is out. So that's three people that we missing. So that, you know, so for me, that's why I'm not really that mad about that Lakers loss, because of all that went transpired, and the fact that Austin Reeves had a game, like I said, Paul George wouldn't have let that go down.
And I'll repeat that as well. Also, you know, the loss of PG has been felt now, but you know, they were on a hell of a winning streak and playing well. And you know, that starting lineup of Barlow and Oubre in there have boosted the defense. Now the first quarter isn't really their thing anymore, where they're getting 40 points hung on them. We saw the thing in the third quarter, the last game, though. You know, once again, we haven't seen that in a while. You know, do you think that's a fluke, or like you said, you know, could that be a thing of, you know, it's on the West Coast trip, we won 5 games in a row, we're bound to lose one.
Yeah, and like I said, the trade, and then another thing too is we lost basically Jabari Walker also, so that's another piece that's out because of this whole contract. He played the most games or whatever. He played 50, so that's another piece that we needed, because remember, the Lakers have a big team, right? So we need height. Right. So he would have been a big help because of the, you know, we needed height. Like, they're big. Even though Luka didn't play that much, he still played. They have LeBron out there. They got Ayton out there, and we don't have height. So
you need size.
Yeah, you need some size.
And you know, I do see that we lose that once you get to the bench area. You know what I mean? And with Barlow starting right now, you kind of lose defense, you know, once you get to that bench as well. So, you know, the bench will be huge to see who will step up in that, like you said, that backup facilitating role. Will we see North Philly's own Kyle Lowry, who we haven't seen all year?
Yeah, we got to get somebody from the buyout market, or maybe somebody in the 10-day. You know what I'm saying? We got some people in the G League maybe we can bring up and try them out. But we definitely need another guard, another player, you know what I'm saying, come in just to be a backup at least. Give us like spot minutes.
Help me figure this out, though. You know, cap-wise, I know we're over the apron by like 7 to 8 mil or something like that.
I think we got under it now.
Under the apron, about 8 mil. Why didn't they use a second round pick to bring in a player that could be a fly? We could put a flyer on. Why didn't they do that, bro?
Yeah, I think. Well, from what Maury said, he tried. He said that he was getting those picks to bundle up to get another piece.
Which I think that was Giannis. I think it was Giannis, and the news came out abruptly, you know, about 3 hours before the trade deadline, that they not taking no more calls on Giannis. And, you know, right around that time is where we went for the trade. So I don't know. I'm just speculating. You know, I do think they.
Well, he did say that he was trying to do another move, but it didn't happen. So it could be, but I don't know how he would have got Giannis with who. Like,
right?
Maybe Paul George, but they would have wanted another piece in VJ. They would have wanted VJ. So, and we wasn't going to. So that's, I don't know how it would have worked. But
I think that before we get to our keys to victory, I think there's a huge misconception, though. I think a lot of people are clamoring down on, you know, Daryl Morey, and rightfully so. He's, you know, supposed to be making certain decisions with the team, but he's not the owner of the team. It's not his money. If the owner does not want him to, you know, spend a certain amount of bread, he can't spend a certain amount of bread. So that's just where I'm at with it. You know, I felt like Josh Harris should have been at that press conference as well to answer some questions on why in years and years and years has he been scared of that apron. I don't know. How you feel about that?
I don't know if they really scared about the apron, because I've seen them do moves where, you know what I'm saying, we went over and, you know, just we're getting Paul George and re-signing Embiid. I don't think they really care about that. I think he probably was trying to swing for the fences. He probably was putting it all in on Giannis or somebody, and it didn't
Right.
work. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Because people are. This is how I know something is up, because everybody just keeps saying about, oh, we're trying to sign Barlow and get under to get. That wasn't true, because once they got rid of Eric Gordon, and then that whole thing with the Paul George suspension thing, giving us $11 million back, we would have been able to get him anyway.
Right.
So it had nothing to do with that. It was something else going on. It's something else they tried to do.
Most definitely.
Yeah, you know. So that's what I'm thinking. They did try. I don't think it was the apron thing. I think it was trying to do something, and it didn't work.
Well, shout out to Barlow for getting that contract once again. His first,
he deserved it. He deserved it.
Official join with us, and he definitely deserved it. He's been one of the best young players in this league, not just on this team, in this league. I feel like, and stepping up in this starting role again. Is it sense? Go ahead.
You know what I think, which made no sense to me, because let's just say it was true. It was this apron thing. Everybody's talking about this apron thing. Would it have made sense to get rid of Drummond instead? Because Drummond, we have a backup center. So I would have, if that was the case, he makes more than I think McCain. So if that was me, I would have been like, let me get, because he ain't playing, and we got Bono. We got
Bono. As much as I would like to agree with that, man, like I really do feel like Drummond, they're really using Drummond as the piece that will start when Embiid has to sit. That's his position. It's been discussed. He doesn't look disgruntled. I think he's comfortable with it. They paid him just for that. I don't agree with it.
No, he didn't even play against the Lakers, and we shot made.
I don't agree with it, bro. I just don't agree with him not playing. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. If you ain't gonna play him, why not use that money, get rid of him, and maybe they wasn't gonna give us a pick for him, but he plays more than McCain. I don't know. I just feel like if it was about the money, I would have got rid of him first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Instead of if it was a money thing.
Yeah, if it was about the money, but I don't think it was that. But he was the one that was rumored to be traded, him and Oubre. I mean, they were the one in the rumors the whole time.
Who knows, what McCain agent and the Sixers had conversations about. Who knows if this was the right fit for him. Maybe he didn't feel like it was the right fit for him. Maybe he felt like they gave him a better opportunity to play more. Maybe he wanted to play more. Maybe he was clamoring in the background to play more a little bit. I don't know. No, we don't. Some things we're just not privy to know. But he don't look mad. He don't look mad. He didn't look mad to leave.
Well, I don't know. Maxie sound like he was distraught on the bus when he found out, because they said they found out on the bus together. Yeah, he said he sounded a little disappointed. He didn't sound happy, but what I'm saying, we're not in those locker rooms. However, he's homegrown, so I think it would hurt anybody to leave something that kind of, you came from the beginning, and then remember we built him up because he started off doing his thing as a Sixer. Right. You know what I'm saying? We the one that put him on the map. Right. So I don't know. It'd be hard to leave something like that. And then I think he had a chance to redeem himself because he was going to be the backup. And in the playoffs, he would have been out of rotation if he still kept playing like this. Yeah. But if you have confidence and you a hooper, I would be like, you know what? I'm going to get my spot back. I got like 4 months.
He was trending upwards, man. He was looking good on his way out.
That's why I'm saying, even though he's playing back, I would have kept him because I don't think he was going to get back. But maybe let's just say we don't know that. But if you ain't going to get no value for him, just keep him because what's the sense of losing him?
The way Morey was talking in a press conference made me think, and the words he used, this was always going to be the move. This when they drafted VJ and VJ started in that starting lineup and he started to play well. Ding, ding, ding. This was always going to be their move. They just needed for him to show that he can be a productive player again in the NBA. And he did, so that began his window to move him. So, like I said, I'm looking at this team. I'm looking at this roster, man. Mm-hmm. And as much as people like to get on Daryl Morey, all the GMs we've had here the last few years or so, Morey's doing a damn good job, bro. Roster.
I like Morey. Yeah, I'm a fan of Morey. I think he did some good moves. I just think like this is what I'm thinking. But the moves was good. I'm just was worried about when I seen everybody else making moves that's ahead of us.
In the East,
You know what
bro.
I'm saying?
In the East. It was hurt. It was hurting me.
That's why I'm
Vukovic
like,
went over there. It was hurting me,
yeah,
bro.
because these are the teams we gotta face, and now they upgraded their teams.
They got
So
better.
like, yeah, they all got better. Even Atlanta, like Atlanta got better getting Kaminga. You know what I'm saying? And they got a decent team. So if
I
they
ain't gonna
wind
lie.
up getting up there and move up, it's gonna be like everybody that was winning and doing well, like upgraded. You know what I'm saying? They did. Even the Knicks. The Knicks got that Jose. That would have been a good pickup for us. Jose Alba, whatever his name, that's Puerto Rican dude.
Yeah,
He's
yeah. He would have been an energy defensive guy off the bench.
defensive guy,
I
energy
seen a
guy.
few guys, man.
He would have been a crowd favorite. People would have loved him here.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So,
right.
like I said, everybody made a move. Boston, Vucevic, you know what I'm saying? Detroit even got Herter. Herter could shoot. That would have been a good pickup.
The Knicks made a move. Yeah, a few people made a move, man.
And they didn't even have to give up a lot. That's what I'm saying. They was getting people for like just for whoever. So, like I said, Herter would have helped us. Jose would have been a decent pickup. You know, Kaminga, like all these teams, you know, that's ahead of us made a deep. They didn't even make a big move, but they made some subtle moves. We didn't do anything, and that's what kind of like I don't know if that was smart. But he probably tried. I think he probably tried.
Yeah, I called Daryl Morey out on Twitter. He knows how I feel. I won't keep beating a dead horse, but you know, but we got a few minutes to give our keys to victory tonight. I'm just gonna go right ahead and go right to turnover battle. We have to win it. You know, we can't give them opportunity after opportunity to score on us. Turnover battle. How about you? We got to win it.
Maxey got to play better. Maxey hasn't been good in a while now. Even last game, I'm looking at the stats. People are talking about 26 and 13. The dude was 1 for 9 from 3. That was a huge key to us losing that game because we can't miss all them threes. You know, he's the guy that's going to have the ball in his hands. He's the point guard. He's going to be shooting. He has to play better. So I think the key is for Maxey to set the tone. If he don't play well, Booker's going to get his. The other guys going to get his. So we need Maxey to be Maxey. He has to play better. That's the key.
Yeah, Phil Embiid is playing. If you missed it, the starting lineup: Bartlow, Oubre, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, VJ Ascombe. That is the starting lineup tonight. I'm going to go with my keys to victory and being we got to stay sturdy on them boards once again.
Yeah.
We got to stay sturdy on them boards, man. I'll call Embiid out. Some games you'll give me 11. Some games you'll give me 7. I want to see you get 10 consistently because you can do that. You know, so I think that will help out the team as well. The most important players on the team, you know, are in our keys to victory tonight. So that says a lot, bro, right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're going to go a freestyle over and unders right now. This is a segment for them people that like to put some change on some things. Them bet MGM people. You know what I mean?
And now, for BG's over and under.
Okay. Like you said, man. Tyrese Maxey got a ball out tonight. So I don't know what balling out to you is, but to me, 32.5 points over under. Tyrese Maxey.
Man,
25 points.
I'll say over. I'll give him 35 today. I think 35.
I'm gonna take the under, and this is a hard one because I want him to be more of a distributor tonight. I'll take the under. You know, when him and Embiid do the 40 for 40 draw, you know, and other players don't really get involved as much, I don't see us winning a lot of games. What up, Steve? So our next over and under. Yo, we've been winning the turnover battle a little bit. That's one thing we have been doing. So, you know, tonight I'm going to go with 8 turnovers over under.
For the whole game?
Yep. 8.5. 8.5.
We going over that.
We going over that?
Yeah, we going over that.
8.5. I'm gonna take the under. I'm gonna take the under on that. I'm gonna take
8. That's No.
I'm feeling good. So Phil, you gave me my last over and under, bro. Kelly Oubre has been consistent. He's been balling. I like what I've been seeing out of Kelly. Hopefully he could give us a little bit more consistently. So Kelly Oubre tonight, 21.5 over under points.
I think he'll go under that. I think
You
he'll
know,
go
he
under.
he playing against one of his old teams. I'm feeling the vibes tonight. I'm gonna take the over. I'm gonna take the over with that. Now, now it's time to get bold, man. We're at our last segment of the night. They saying Kelly with 24. Steve, I see you in the chat. Maxie with 28 and B with 40. They saying VJ with 30 tonight. Phil want Oubre to give him at least 18. I'm gonna get bold for y'all. He's saying VJ 30. I'm saying Embiid 50 tonight. 50 and 10 for Joel Embiid tonight in Phoenix to get us back on track in the winning column. How bold are you going?
And that would be nice. I don't see that happening, but that would be good. I would like that. I'm gonna go with Maxey getting 45 because he's been slumping. He's gonna have a breakout game. It has to come sooner or later. And I think it's gonna be tonight. He's gonna get 45. I think he gonna come off. He's gonna start off strong and he's gonna just keep going. So I'm going with Maxey getting 45 today.
Let's have a little Maxey talk, man. What things have you been seeing that's been contributing to his dry spell as of late?
It's tough. I just think he's just. I don't want to say trying too hard, but he's one of them guys that he just keeps pushing. Like when something doesn't work, he's gonna just keep going with it. And sometimes you have to try something different. Okay, the jump ain't going in. Let me go to the basket. Let me draw fouls. You know what I'm saying? You have to mix it up sometimes. And he's one of the people that's going to keep trying and doing the same thing over and over again. And it ain't going to work. And, people figure them out. You got to realize people ain't going to keep letting you do the same thing over and over again. After a while,
you've been scouted.
You're going to get scouted. They're going to double team you. They know you ain't getting calls too. They're going to play you tougher. They're going to go and get under your skin. They're going to do different things that he hasn't seen, before. They're going to figure you out. After a while, like, they're not dumb. They're scouting reports, and they're playing them a little bit different.
Hey, Phil, me and you was on the same exact brainwave, man. And this is the way the NBA seems is going right now, with leaning towards analytics and the three-point shot. I hate it. I'm old school. Tyrese Maxey is part of that new school where he believes in, we know that shooters shoot, but if that three-point line, if it's not falling from there, then you have the athletic ability to get inside. He has to find a way to start hunting his mid-range shot a little bit more, and creating easier percentage shots for himself. A lot of times he falls into a harder shot, the step back a lot of times, or you're stepping back into a 45-foot three, and you know what I mean? Sometimes you got to take it to the rack or pass the ball a little bit. But this is part of the maturation of Tyrese Maxey. He's never had the ball as much as he had this year. So with that comes mistakes. I'm with it because it comes with growth and being an all-star and things of that sort. We just need to closing games towards the end of games, third and fourth quarters. You can't have those young bull mistakes you were making, bro.
Especially at the point guard. Yeah, especially like the point guard. We can't afford that. Like, everything starts with him. So he got to, control it. He got to control the tempo and do something different. Like, if the shot ain't falling, go to the basket. You know what I'm saying? You can beat anybody off the dribble and then be a decoy sometimes. Sometimes, like the guy said, he shoots a lot. He doesn't really pass. Sometimes be a decoy. Be that person that's like, all right, I'm hot right now. They're going to come collapse on me. Let me make them think I'm shooting and give it the rock up.
Most stuff.
You know what I'm saying? Especially with like a Dembona, a player like that needs the ball. Like, he can't create for himself. So when you come in and you playing with him, you got to tell him, like, look, run with me. Run with me. I'm going to throw you the alley because they're going to come collapse. And I'm going to get you some easy.
And I got you.
Yeah, but it's like he'll just go, his tunnel vision, his eyes is like, I'm going to the hole. And sometimes you can't do that.
Yeah, most definitely. I'll definitely want to double back to this conversation of, there are rumors out there of them loosening up money to possibly sign Grimes. And, the way I feel about that is, yeah, I do think that's a possibility. Because if not, why didn't they move a 1 year rental player, that they're not going to have under contract next year? Why not move him when they could have
You
moved
can't
him
move
for
him though
anything?
because a team is not going to want to take a chance on him if he's not going to re-sign. Like it's going to be tough. Like if I'm a team, that's another thing. That's probably the thing with Giannis too.
Yeah.
A lot of teams are not going to trade for a guy that's a 1 year rental. It's not even a 1 year rental because
True
if they
indeed.
trade for him, he's going to be gone after like 3 or 4 months.
True indeed.
So it's going to be hard to trade somebody like that because his contract going to be over soon.
True
So
indeed.
I think it was Drummond.
But
He was the one.
if you're in a position like a McCain where you're going towards a winning team, as a Grimes, that would be more appealing because possibly, you might want to stay with a winning team opposed to going into free agent.
But then you might not play a lot. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of guards now, like OKC, for instance. They
Yeah.
got a lot of guards. I don't want to go
I
there.
just watched them play, and McCain's at 5 points on his first game.
Yeah, so they got him. They got Isaiah Joe. Shay's coming back. They got Caruso. They got a lot of guards. So that's what I'm saying. And he's probably on. I think he turned down a no trade clause thing. But I know that's going. If I'm him, even if I don't have a no trade, I'm not signing with you. You can trade all you want. I can't do nothing about it. But I'm not signing. I'm going to test the free agent market and go somewhere else. And they're going to be like, all right, we ain't trading for you.
Hey, Phil, that's a fact. That's a fact. I think definitely Oubre comes in that top priority over a Grimes next year. He's been a journeyman most of his career, but he balls in any lineup he's in, any situation. Oubre is going to be Oubre. And you want that type of guy here where there's a lot of change going on. You know what I mean?
Oubre is not one of the people that's going to like demand a lot of money. Grimes is going to try to break the bank because he didn't get what he wanted last year. So
most definitely.
He's gonna want a good amount.
Yeah, most definitely. You know what I mean? So before this show closes out, I would like to give a very, very, very special shout out to our brother BG. It's his birthday today. Make sure y'all, go to his page on Facebook. Show him some love.
I got some sound effects. Yeah, you gotta give him the round of applause.
Give him another one. Give him another one, man. Salute the BG, man. Salute the BG and the fam. All love from the Eat Sleep Sixers family. Shout out to you. Hopefully the Sixers could get a dub in Phoenix.
Yeah.
You know
I do hope when we get that 50 you talking about.
Most definitely. Hey, another hope of mine, my brother, I'm gonna put you on blast, is that you come back with me for post game.
Oh yeah, I will.
All right, let's land this plane together. Make sure y'all look up top. We on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. So tell a friend about Eat Sleep Sixers. Make sure y'all come back for post game and happy birthday, BG. Go Sixers.
Yep.